Good evening. Welcome to Monday Moments with Fran, the evening edition. Hope you are well and your day has been great. So, for those who watch regularly, you'll know, I am in the middle of, I guess I'm nearer the end now of the bathroom renovation. And as part of the process, there has been a lot of rubbish, a lot of waste. My living room that was full of my new bathroom stuff came in boxes, and so I've been running to the tip or the dump or the recycling plant, whichever way you call it, quite a few times. And when you drive up to do your recycling, in Birmingham, where I live, they normally ask you, what sort of rubbish have you got? And they tell you which container it goes in. So there's one for example, timber that is going to be recycled. There is one for wooden boxes that'll be recycled, electrical goods, and then there's one for rubbish. Well, there's quite a few for rubbish. And having gone quite a few times, I now almost know where my rubbish needs to go because I've done it so many times. But I was driving out last week and I began to reflect that, there's a reason why one section is for rubbish and the other section is for recycling, because the recycled stuff can be reused, although it's no longer in use for me personally because I've had, everything what I wanted out of the actual box. The box can be recycled, yet there's other stuff that is just rubbish, and the rubbish really, really stank, like awful. You wouldn't want to spend too long in that area. And then I began to think, well, how true is that for some of our own experiences and even some of our relationships? Sometimes we have experiences in life that we perhaps need to consider what can be recycled versus what needs to be, seen as rubbish and not actually kept because it's not good for us. I'll talk about relationships. You can be having in a great relationship and for whatever reason things end. We can still recycle things, although the relationship has ended and life has moved on. There is always learning to be had from every single relationship or every single encounter. You might learn about yourself, you might learn about the other person, you might learn what it is you don't want out of future relationships. So that is what can be recycled, but other stuff needs to be thrown away as rubbish because rubbish stinks. So when I say rubbish, I mean sometimes some attitudes and some behaviours that are born as a result out of bitterness or anger or hatred or all that negative stuff that for whatever reason the experience or the relationship kind of found its way into our lives. Because if it's rubbish, it's definitely not good for you. It definitely doesn't need to stay inside of you. It needs to be thrown away and kept as trash. But the learning can be kept from that particular relationship. I remember I was in a meeting and the name of the person who was in a meeting with was Joe Bloggs. Now, Joe Bloggs and I had been in a previous relationship, and let me repeat that. The person's name was Joe Bloggs, yeah? And so as soon as they said their name, I just went back into that, oh my gosh. I began to remember and rehearse like what they did to me and what I didn't get to say to them, and it was just so much negativity. And have you ever had that experience where you are arguing with somebody in your own head? They're not even there, they don't even know anything, but you are there rehearsing an argument or rehearsing a situation. The reality is that is rubbish that needs to be gotten rid of, because bitterness, like I said, unforgiveness, anger, and all that stuff, it's not helpful for us. It's not conducive to a healthy living or a healthy lifestyle. And it's not conducive to our spiritual growth either. So the encouragement for this week is when you look back at an experience or an encounter or a relationship, take the good from it, draw learning, draw experience, draw wisdom from it, but that which needs to be thrown in the bin, just get rid of, because rubbish stinks. And when there's a smell, it doesn't just affect you, it affects everybody around us. And so there are times I know that I've seen in my own life and in other people's lives where there's a completely independent situation, but the person is maybe reacting or responding out of a previous situation. And it's unhealthy. It's really, really not good. So yes, be encouraged. Do your recycling. Yeah, take away the good from relationships, from experiences, and from encounters, and get rid of the rubbish, because you want to make sure that you are at a really, really healthy place. So yeah, that's it for today. Have a fabulous week. Go share with somebody else. Go encourage them. Remember that you are unique, you're individual, you are blessed, you are loved, and you have a purpose in life. Take care.